Hey everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today's reading is what you have to look forward to in the next 6 months. So it's a little bit of like what you can expect in the next 6 months, but it's not just what's going to happen, although there is that, but it's what wonderful thing is this next 6 months going to bring you. So really great readings. These cards came from the reading, so they will hopefully help you recognize which one is for you. But obviously, if you jump into a reading and it's not the right one for you, try a different one, So group 1, your card is the Hierophant. Group 2, your card is the Knight of Pentacles. And group 3, you have the Four of Wands in reverse. So go ahead and pick your card, whatever one is calling to you for whatever reason. Pick your card, pick your group. You just go down into the description box, click on the timestamp, and it will take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there. Thanks, y'all. Hey, group 1. All right, we are going to take a look at what you can look forward to in the next 6 months. So we're going to start with your first card here, and your card is the Hierophant. Let me see if Spirit's got any messages related to this. They're giving me 3 words, which are appropriate to this card: learning, expansion, and commitment. So that's a nice start for you. All right, I've got a couple different tarot decks here and then a final angel message card for you at the end. Let's get some initial tarot out for you here. All right, we have the Magician, the Lovers reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, 10 of Cups, and let's pull one more as advice from Spirit for you. Okay. And the advice is 3 of Wands. All right, like I said, we'll pull some more cards after, get a little deeper, but let me take these cards in and get some initial messages for you from Spirit, and then we'll talk about what's going on here. So give me just a second. Spirit is saying in this next 6 months, you're going to be learning to be a creator. You're actually going to be creating your own future, essentially. And I know that sounds really big, and they're saying it is. They're saying you're starting here with the Magician on purpose, and you've got 4 major arcana here, ending with the 10 of Cups. You have everything to look forward to in this next 6 months. But you are going to be creating your future. The next 6 months is not about things happening to you. It's you manifesting, creating. They're saying absorbing information, generating ideas. You're saying giving yourself permission to be wrong and giving yourself permission to fail and trying again and again and again and again. And you're going to keep trying until you find where you fit in some way in your life. But that is you, that's the process of creating and envisioning your future that you are going to be going through. It doesn't all just happen by magic, right? Because we think sometimes we know what we want, but we don't always know everything. And we don't always get it right the first time. Spirit wants you to be sure. They're saying we already know what it's going to look like and what you're going to do and what's right for you, but that's not the point. The point is you need to know. So when you get to the end of this process, you can say, you know what? I tried all these things. I left no stone unturned. And this is the thing that I love. This is what I want my life to look like in some way. Okay. Well, that's exciting. All right. So let's talk about what's actually here in the cards now. All right. We start off with the Magician. Spirit's saying you're taking the world in your own hands in this next 6 months. With lots of help from us, they're saying. They're saying, we're here, we're showing you the way. But you're the one that's actually making it happen. You're the one that's creating it, manifesting it. They're saying driving the possibilities from essence to reality. You're the driver for that. Okay? They're saying you have all the power you need. They're saying don't give up. Say that again. You're saying don't give in to the pressure to believe that you're not good enough to do this, to do whatever you choose to do. That's pressure from the outside world. It's pressure from your own ego and your own insecurities and your own doubts. It's not real. Don't give in to that. You are powerful. You are powerful. And you are a creator. And you are magic. And that's what this next 6 months is about. Okay. All right, so then we have the Lovers reversed. Spirit's saying there are some things that you thought you were committed to or think you are committed to. You may be now or it may come later. But it's going to change. They're saying for the benefit of your future, your commitments will change. More than one, they're giving me. And they're saying that's what we want for you to commit to something, give it your all, do everything you can to measure it out for yourself and make sure it's what you want. And if and when it isn't, to release it, let it go, try something else. You don't have to be committed to the wrong thing just because you invested time and energy into it. Everything you do is going to help you in the future. So none of it is wasted energy, wasted time, wasted effort. It is effort well utilized. But you have to be willing to let go when it's clear that something isn't right. And then try on a different coat, they're saying. Yeah, they're giving me this image of like in a dressing room, you're trying on outfits, and there might be an outfit you really, really love, right? And you put it on and you want to love it so badly. You try, you tug, you pull, you push, you look at the angles. I mean, I don't know if men do this, but women, I know you know what I'm talking about. And you try and try and try, you want to love this outfit. But then when you step back and go, but yeah, but do I? Do I love it? And you realize the answer is no. So you take it off, put it back on the hanger, and you try on something else. And when that something, that thing that you put on is the right thing, you always know it, right? Like you put it on the dressing room and you're like, whoa, I love this, right? It's the same. Your life is the same. Don't be afraid to take something off, to let go of something that isn't flattering on you. It doesn't suit you, doesn't bring you joy. You thought it would, doesn't. And try something new. The perfect thing is there. But we want you to try them all. Because all of the things you try will help you in that final thing that becomes yours. But also at that point, you will know that you have done it all. And this is what you're choosing. Okay? All right, so then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Hold on one second. What are you saying about this, Spirit? They're saying you're going to start letting go of being still. You're going to start over this next 6 months, and I'm not saying that you're not active now. So if you're like, oh, I exercise all the time, that's not what they're referring to, but they're saying in whatever it is that you're working toward, right? That you're manifesting, that you're building, that you're trying on. You're not going to be a passive participant. You're going to be an active negotiator, creator, advisor, student, and maybe even teacher, right? Like, you're not going to just passively let things come and go and you watch them and, for instance, right? Say you're trying to figure out what you want to be when you graduate college, for example. You're going to school or you're going back to school and you're trying different classes. You're not going to just read a syllabus or read a class description and wait for something to fall in your lap or just decide from that whether it sounds good or not. You're not going to be passive. You're going to be jumping in with both feet and trying all of it. Maybe it's a new hobby that you're working on. Maybe it's a side hustle you're working on. Maybe you're trying to figure out, where you want to take your career or where you want to live. You're going to be trying lots of options and actively feeling them out, not reading about it online or reading a book about it. It's Spirit saying it's going to be hands in the dirt, working it until you know. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Cups. They're saying joy. Yeah, when you get to the end of the 6 months, you will have found your joy. They're saying it doesn't mean the journey's not over. The journey's, they're saying the journey's not over till you die. You're still going to be learning. You're still going to be growing. Like we said here, learning, expansion, commitment. You're still going to be growing and learning. But within the next 6 months, you will find your personal joy in this, in whatever it is you're working on. They're saying, yes, it will come to you that quickly. Maybe from this point of view right now, you're going 6 months seems like a really long time. But they're saying for all the work that you're going to do and all the things you're going to try, it really isn't that long. But you're going to be able to accomplish it. They're saying it'll be really good for you. All right. Okay, let's get a few more cards out. Let's get another row here and see what else Spirit can tell us. And we'll talk about the advice in particular and get a final message from Spirit at the end. Okay. We have 4 of Wands and 3 of Swords. Shuffle and get a couple more. Okay. We have 4 of Cups in reverse. And the Emperor. And I'm going to pull one more to go with your advice card. And we have 8 of Pentacles. All right. Okay, so the Magician and the 4 of Wands. Spirit saying you're going to be manifesting your own happiness. You're going to be manifesting joy. You're going to be manifesting stability. Stability that you want, right? Like this is a time when things are being shaken up a lot in general, right? With all these planets. Currently, if you're watching this when I posted, all these planets are in retrograde. But for you specifically also, this next 6 months is going to be wobbly. It's going to feel rocky, not quite so stable. Because you're not settled on one thing and just, you're going to be settled on something and then moving on. And anyway. You are creating, you are manifesting your own future stability, your own future joy, your own future happiness. And they're saying your own future greatness, which is nice. That's a nice word. And your own future grace. Nice. That's beautiful. Okay. We have the Lovers reversed and the 3 of Swords. They're saying this, breaking some of these commitments. They're saying, we're saying breaking commitments, but it really is about choosing differently. Choosing something else. Changing your mind. Making a decision that is opposite of the previous decision you made, right? Sounds easy on paper, but in reality, it can be challenging and it can be hard. They're saying it will be hard for you. because you're going to be putting your all into something and trying really hard to do or be or go or whatever. And some things are not going to work out. Hold on one second. They're giving me a message about this Three of Swords. So hold on one second. Yeah, they're saying it's not even so much about things not working out, but they don't make you happy. All the things you try will not make you happy. Even if, like, for example, if it's a project you're trying, even if you're really good at it, it might not make you happy. Okay, but they were saying something else again, so. You're saying with each step you take, you're going to be healing parts of yourself that are wounded from the past. There's going to be moments as you try different things or different places or however this is playing out for you, when you have to face something about yourself, your past, your insecurities, your own limitations, your beliefs about yourself. You're going to have to decide what's true for you and what is not true, and to heal from those things so that you can build yourself up to try the next thing. And they're saying you may try different things, right? Try something, maybe it's not great, so you try something else, do that for a while, maybe that's not great. Try a few things. You may go back to something that you tried earlier, but the experience you received from doing these other things will build and make you all that much more powerful, and make the experience of something you did previously that didn't quite feel right manifest perfectly. So don't be afraid to do that either, right? There's something that you think you're going to love and it just doesn't click. Try your best, but then try some other things. And as you're learning and growing and gathering information, you may find that you want to try this other thing again. Give it another go, coming from a place of more experience. Interesting. Okay. And then we have the Hanged Man reverse and the Four of Cups reversed. You're not going to be sitting still. You're not going to be a passive observer. You're going to be an active participant in creating your life, creating your future, creating some part of your life. And I'm assuming you know at this point what that is. And you're going to get moving. You know, it's not about wondering or hoping or wishing something would have been different or giving up on something. It is about growing up from something. So you may try something and it doesn't feel right. They're saying it's less of giving up and more of growing up, allowing yourself to move forward to something else and carry that experience with you, right? The knowledge, whatever you learned, you're taking it with you, but expanding into something else. But it's all about action on your part. You have to be willing to get your hands dirty. You got to be willing to jump in and do it. You got to be willing to be seen and heard, because you're meant to be seen and heard in some way here. Okay? And then we end the 6 months again with the 10 of Cups and the Emperor. Happiness, joy, fulfillment, feeling accomplished, feeling like you did what you set out to do And you're going to own your own power. You're going to own your own security. You're going to own your own sense of self. You may even own your own business with the Emperor. But it's all coming from a place of inner power. An effective emperor is one that knows his own power, his or her, right? Anything else on the Emperor? Okay, Spirit's saying there may also, at this point, be a partner or a partnership, a collaboration with someone who can help you get to the next level of whatever you're doing. So don't be afraid of that if someone comes in. Okay, so the advice from Spirit, we have 3 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles. They're saying always be looking forward, focusing on what you can do next, right? What you can do better, where you can go from here. Again, that's not to say you can't go back to something, but you're not going backwards. You're going forward to something you previously did because you're taking lots of experience with you. And the other advice is practice, work hard, try. Put your whole heart into it. Learn everything you can. Be the apprentice in every area that you are feeling pulled toward. Give it your whole self. And keep an eye on the future of what it is you want your future to look like. And it's okay if that changes as you go along. In fact, it probably will. Anything else on that, Spirit, before we get to the last card? They're saying this next 6 months is not about growth as far as like making money. Even though you may be doing something that you make money from or will make money from. There is a lot of growth and expansion that's happening in this next 6 months. And yes, you may make some money. It's not that you won't. You'll get what you need. But this next 6 months is about finding yourself and finding your place and finding your future and creating it. And it's that growth. It's personal growth. It's knowledge, it's experience. It's an inner growth that will lead down the road to possibly financial growth. All right, they wanted me to point that out. Okay, one last card. This is an angel message. Oh, nice. Okay, so your card is creative potential. And remember, we talked about you being a creator. You are, by nature, infinitely creative. Life is a sea of creative potential just waiting to be expressed through you. You are free to express all your heart's desires. I love that. I love that. Not only are you free to express and try and expand, but you're being encouraged to. Don't play small. Spirit's saying you're not small, and you're not meant to be small. Play big. Own your power, but own it with humility, knowing that you have a lot to learn and a lot to experience and a lot of growing to do. But that doesn't mean you're not powerful. You are very powerful. And you've got this. Okay, all right. All right, Spirit says that's it. So I hope that was helpful. I hope it gives you some insight into the next 6 months and what you have to look forward to. Beautiful end to your 6 months. So that's incredible, and I'm so excited for you. If you want to drop a comment down below, let me know kind of what this is about for you. I would love to hear, kind of what's going on with y'all. I love your comments. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time, y'all. Bye-bye. Hey, group 2. All right, we are going to take a look at what you have to look forward to in the next 6 months. So we're going to start with your initial card. And your card is the Knight of Pentacles. Give me just a second. I want to see if Spirit gives me any messages about this to kind of get us started. They're saying movement, progress, moving forward, but taking your time. You're doing something in a very methodical, organized, planned way. You're not in a rush, or you shouldn't be. You're taking things one step at a time. But in the next 6 months, for sure, you're going to see some movement in a situation, as well as possibly physically. Like there may be some movement for you, change of location, something like that. That won't be for everybody, but they are giving me that. Okay. So there's something that you're working on. Let's look at the tarot cards and see what Spirit can tell us about that. Got a couple different decks here, and I have a final message card from Spirit for you at the end. But let's get some initial cards out first. All right, we have the Seven of Swords, Two of Pentacles reversed, Nine of Cups reversed, and the Star. And I'll pull one more to be the advice from Spirit for you. And the advice is Two of Swords in reverse. Okay. Just gonna make sure you can see all these. All right. Okay, give me just a second. I want to take these cards in and get some initial messages from Spirit for you. And then we'll talk about what's going on here. So give me just a second. Saying you're going to be moving forward in like in your career or in a role, in a job, a position that you are like working toward. You have a goal. There's a goal that you're working toward. And it's like you're giving it all of your energy. They're saying maybe even too much of your energy sometimes, so just be cautious of that. But you're very focused and determined to make some progress in this area. And again, they're giving me the area of work, career, job. It may be, they're saying it could be something like a side hustle that you hope to someday make money at, kind of thing, like a side job sort of gig thing. But it's in a professional kind of sphere, a job sort of world. So this is not a reading about love or relationships. Not that that won't come in the next 6 months. It's just not what this reading is about. Anything else, Spirit, you want to say? They're saying to you to let go of needing to be the expert. You're actually not going to be the expert for a while. There's something that you're learning, and there's people you need to learn from. But you're growing, and you're getting better. You're getting closer every day to your goal. Yeah, again, they're giving me a message of like, you don't need to be number one right now. Like that may be your goal, to be the best, to be the top dog, to be the boss, to be successful, whatever it is. You have high ambitions for yourself, and high expectations for yourself. They're giving me a but, so hold on. They're saying, but don't let that color your view of the journey. They're saying, yes, you are going to get there. You're going to get there because you're going to work for it and you're going to earn it. You're not there yet because you still have more to learn. So just don't get so clouded by the goal that you don't appreciate all the steps along the way. And they're pointing out on this card a few things. How this knight he's walking, he's carrying a big pentacle on his back, but there's all these pentacles along the way. And that's kind of what they're giving me, is that every step along the way, over the next 6 months, you're going to be gaining something. It could be financial, it could be experience that helps you get where you want to be. It could be credibility, it could be your own self-confidence. But every step along the way, you're gathering more and more of these. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Okay. All right, so let's talk about the cards. Your first card is the Seven of Swords. Say that again. They're saying you're doing something on the sly, quietly. It's something that's not like out in the open, at least not to your immediate circle, like to your, so whatever you're working on or working toward, you're doing it in private in some way. You're not making a public show of this particular part of your journey of learning and getting experience and kind of working your way up. They're telling me you're doing it on your own time, which is interesting, because if you're working a job, right, your own time would be when you're not working. They're saying that's how it works sometimes. Sometimes in your own time, you still have to put in effort to learn, to practice, to study, to grow. It's going to happen, on their time. It's going to happen on your time. It's going to happen a lot of the time. A lot of the time. But you're doing it, and I would say most of the people in your life don't know exactly what you're working on or how hard you're working on it. They may know you're working on something, but you're not really giving specifics. That's what I'm getting from Spirit. So take that as it resonates for you. Obviously, there's a lot of different people and different scenarios here. I'm sorry, tell me more about that. They're saying you're actually being quiet about it because you don't want to listen to criticism or people telling you you're crazy or people like shooting down your goals, telling you it can't work, telling you it's, whatever the things people say when they think they're being supportive, but they're really not. I mean, we all do it. It's unfortunate. But so there's that, like you are intentionally doing some of this quietly because you don't want to be distracted from what it is you're working on by people who are telling you that it can't happen. It's interesting. Okay, then we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, Spirit's saying you're letting everything else go. You are working toward this goal almost to the exclusion of everything else. Spirit's saying it's not always a good thing to be so consumed, so obsessed by something. They're not saying it's a bad thing either. They're giving me like a reminder to make sure you still have some fun, give yourself some downtime. Yes, your goals are important, and congratulations on wanting it and working so hard to get it. They're saying to remember to be alive as well. But the message here really is that you are, if there are other extraneous things that you have been working toward or trying to learn, or other smaller goals, they're going to become less and less important over this next 6 months as you really focus in on what you are, like your one big goal here. Okay. All right. Then we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Spirit saying things are not going to, the next 6 months, everything is not going to go as planned or necessarily as you are hoping right now. They're saying it's not a bad thing. It's not that things are going to be bad. It seems like at some point during this next 6 months, while you're working really hard, steadily progressing towards your goal, you get a slight change of heart somewhere along the way. Spirit's saying it is a good change of heart. It is a readjustment. You're not letting go of the goal. You're tweaking it. They're saying to me, you're showing it who's boss. You're showing your goal who's boss. Meaning you're not allowing the goal to dictate how you continue. If something, and I would say it's later in this 6 month period, at the halfway point or further, is what I'm getting. You're going to see that something isn't quite the way you want it to be, isn't working the way you want it to be, isn't heading in exactly the right direction. Something's not quite right. And you make that correction. In some part you're making a correction to how you're working towards your goal, but you're making an adjustment to the location of your goal, if that makes sense. Like if your goal is, just for an example, your goal is to be the CEO of your company. Let's too big, right? CEO of your company. And you're working toward it. You're doing all the things, right? They're helping you get prepared and to get noticed and to get comfortable with that role. And over the next 6 months, as you are working and you get more and more exposure to this, to what it feels like to have this goal, like in your lap, as you get closer to it, you realize it's not exactly what you want anymore. It doesn't mean you're throwing all this work away at all. All this work is helping you get to this spot where you're able to recognize like this minor change. They're saying it's not a big change. It's not like your goal is to be CEO and then suddenly you're gonna go start selling fireworks on the side of the road. I don't know. It's like you're in the right world, you're on the right path, you're working hard, you're getting there. But as you get closer, you realize that your abilities and your talents and your interests have shifted just a little bit. And they're saying it's a good thing. So, all right. So your final card here at the end of the 6 months is the Star card, which is a beautiful, wonderful, amazing card. When they tell me what to call these readings, and they called it what you have to look forward to at the, in 6 months. Well, what you have to look forward to is the Star card. It's a beautiful way to end this period. But let me get Spirit's actual message on this. They're saying you become the version of yourself that actually has the means to reach your goal. You may not reach your goal in 6 months, like your big goal, right? You're going to reach lots of goals along the way. And you're making really good progress and really great movement. By the end of 6 months, you will have the inner and the outer means, the skills, the talents, the understanding, the confidence to actually get there. Right now, you're not quite there, which is why they really want you to pay attention to the journey. But in 6 months, there will be no question that you're going to find yourself on a fast track by this point to getting where you want to go. It'll still take a little more time, but things will really start to take off here, and you're going to see the potential more so than you even do now. Right now, it's a goal, it's a dream, it's something you want really badly. By the time you get here, it's gonna feel so real you can taste it. And you're gonna know it's possible. Right now, you believe it's possible, or you think it's possible. Within about 6 months, you're gonna know it's possible. You won't be there yet, but you'll know it's possible. That's how much progress you're gonna be making. And it's not that you're in a race. You're moving slowly, methodically, building up your skills, your talents, your information, your experience, whatever it is you're working on. It's a slow build, but you're building something solid. And you're making progress and you're making movement. You're moving forward. Okay, let's get some more cards. Let's see what else Spirit can tell us about what you have to look forward to in the next 6 months. Okay. All right, we have the Three of Wands. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And I'm going to pull one more to go with your advice card here. Okay. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay. So, right about now-ish, right? We have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Three of Wands. You're doing something quietly. You're planning for the future. You're doing the things that need to be done. You're making room for opportunities in your life. What does that mean? Okay, yeah, it's you're eliminating the distractions, and you're focusing probably very quietly, privately, but you're very, very focused on the future and what you want it to look like and what you want from it and who you want to be. You know it can't happen immediately, but you're actively looking right now, or if not yet, very soon, for opportunities to learn, for opportunities to get experience, for opportunities to maybe get exposure to, someone who could promote you, that kind of thing. You're actively looking for actionable items, they're saying. Things you can do to help yourself progress. And that's great. Then we have, again, the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed. Very, very focused, like laser focused on what you want. But there's just a little bit of a caution here to make sure you don't lose your heart in this. With the Knight of Cups reversed, you can be so focused, and the focus is great, and the hard work is great. Like they're giving all of that a yes. Again, they're saying, don't forget to live. Be alive. Give yourself opportunities to laugh, to have fun, to love, to do things you enjoy outside of this. Because if you don't, you will lose some of the essence that is you. And you need that to progress, to move forward in this the way you want to. Sometimes we can work so hard, you could burn out. But it's not even so much about burning out. They're giving me more that you're going to lose who you are. And part of what is going to make you successful is being this person that you are. You know yourself, right? There's lots of different people here watching, but think about you and your best self. Are you charismatic? Are you curious and open, and you talk to people, and you like to laugh, you have fun, you enjoy things, you like to go on trips or go on vacations, whatever the things are that you love, that make you feel alive, that bring you joy, and that make you feel like your best self, don't lose sight of those things, because that's part of who you are that you don't want to lose. Because it's not just your skills and experience that are going to succeed or help you succeed. It's you. It's the whole package. So don't lose your you-ness. You-ness. Okay, that's good advice. Thank you. All right, then we have 9 of Cups reversed and the 10 of Wands reversed. You're going to reach a point. I'm feeling like halfway through to the end, like somewhere between halfway and to the end. So 3 to 6 months for most of you, give or take. Where the struggle and the work start to not make sense anymore. And so you put it down, right? The 10 of Wands in reverse, you're putting it down. You're reevaluating. You're asking yourself, is this what I really want? Or do I want something slightly different? Not completely different, not throwing it all away, not doing a 180 and starting over, but reevaluating. And giving yourself a chance to get it right before you go any further. Anything else on that? Yeah, they're saying don't be afraid to change directions a little bit. It's not a big deal, number one. It may sound like a big deal now because you're so focused on what you want. But they're saying when you get there, to this point, you're going to know you need to make some tweaks in order to continue loving what you're doing, right? And to continue really like feeling inspired and motivated to get there, you have to feel it with your whole self. And there's a point that comes where you're like, this is close. This is almost what I want. But you're just shifting a little bit. Taking a slight, not even a detour. Like every time I try to say detour, they like go, no, not a detour. It's not quite a detour. Just a slight shift, like changing lanes. So keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to do that. You're going to want to when you get there, and you may question yourself, like, wow, why would I change now? I've learned all this about this. Everything you've learned and done and worked toward is not going away. For example, and this isn't going to be for everybody, but it's just the example they popped into my head. You are trying very hard to get promoted to a certain position in your company. You're working very hard, getting all the exposure you need, doing, the LinkedIn and doing, maybe you're doing talks and you're doing videos and you are learning and studying and all the things that come to you that are going to help you. And you get to this point and you're like, I still want to do this, but maybe it's with a different company, right? Maybe it's in a slightly different industry that would still benefit from everything that you have done and learned and gained. They're saying you're not changing everything. It really is like you're just switching gears. You're just changing lanes a little bit. Don't let it scare you, but try to remember this so that down the road you recognize it and you follow your instincts. Okay? And then by the end of the 6 months, we have the Star card and we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So again, the Star card, you are going to, you're going to have this knowing. You're going to know that you've done the right things. You've put in the work. You know the work's not over, right? But you're going to be proud of yourself, and you're going to have hope and some expectation that the future will play out successfully for you. You may not know exactly how or exactly what it'll look like, but you know it's going to play out successfully for you. With the Page of Pentacles reversed, some of the things that you are going to be learning over the next 6 months. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. They're saying you're going to be showing others how to do it. Like in some way, you're going to make a slight shift from, not even a slight shift, a shift from student to teacher. You know, pages are students, right? They're students in life. They're learning, they're growing, and that's where you are now. And it's not that the learning stops. You're going to continue to learn and grow and progress and move forward. But you will be at a place at this point where not only will you know that you can succeed at what you're doing, but you'll be able to mentor or teach other people, inspire other people to do something similar, to do what you do, or, you know, in some way, whether that's, you know, being a mentor to somebody, taking on an intern and teaching them and helping them grow, teaching, you know, how, you know, whatever it is you do, teaching a class on it. You are going to become somebody's inspiration and somebody's go-to, because you've done it. You've gotten there. You've gotten to this point, and it is going to inspire some people. And they're going to want to know how you did it. So you are going to become a teacher in some way there. And they're saying there is no better way to continue to learn than to start teaching. Like once you reach a point where you are able to start teaching someone else, what you learn becomes so expansive. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but it's true, and it's what they're giving me. So interesting. Okay, so the advice from Spirit, we have the Two of Swords reversed and the Hanged Man reversed. Spirit is wanting you over the next 6 months to be very aware of your decisions, of your choices, of the ways that you progress, what you are focusing on. I know you're very, very focused. You're very determined. They're wanting you to not just be on autopilot and just keep charging forward, you know. They want you to be aware. And I think part of that comes from, if you are aware, very aware of what you're learning and what you're doing and how everything feels and how much you enjoy something, that when you get to this point, you're going to recognize something's not quite the way you want it. And you're going to be in a place to make that shift. So they want you to take the blindfold off and don't just assume that this is the direction you're going, and like no distractions, no movement. You're going to stay in your lane and keep going forward. They want you to look around. They want you to be aware of how you're progressing and what that feels like and how much you enjoy it. Anything else there on the Two of Swords? They're asking you to also be patient with yourself. This is a process. Okay. And then we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, they're saying, I'm sorry, say that again. They're saying be a part. I'm not getting that word. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. All right. They're saying, sorry, y'all. They're saying be part of the conversation. I don't know exactly what that means, so I was assuming I was hearing it wrong, so my apologies. But they're saying be a part of the conversation. What they're telling me is as you are progressing and learning and growing and getting more and more exposure to other people and really moving forward, you're going to start to have thoughts and opinions and ideas, and they're wanting you to be a part of the conversation. So if there are other people around you doing what you're doing, at your work or whatever it is, speak up. Speak up. Maybe you have a teacher or a mentor or, somebody you're learning from. Share your ideas. Ask questions. Be a part of the conversation. Don't just be the hanged man who quietly observes, right? They're saying the time for observing is over. Yes, you're still going to be watching and listening, but you're going to be doing, and you're going to be participating. And they're saying we want you to speak up. Use your voice. Using your voice when you have opinions and ideas is going to help you clarify and bring some concrete, thoughts around what this shift needs to be, because you will have voiced it and you will have felt it out. You will have given it some space rather than just let it rumble around in your brain. And it will help tell you that you're making the right shift. So that's interesting. Okay. Anything else, Spirit, before we pull the last card? Okay. All right. One last card. This is an angel message. And your card is integrity. It says, be flexible, but be also true to you. Stand by your beliefs and values, and others will stand by and believe in you. So that's interesting. Again, they're saying be true to you. Don't lose your you-ness, right? Don't lose who you are. But also be flexible. Be willing to make adjustments if they're needed. Speak up. Stand by your beliefs and values, your ideas. Speak up. Be a part of the conversation. And as you do that, others will stand by and believe in you. Your Spirit's saying they're going to take heed of your words. Your words will matter. Your ideas will matter. So don't be afraid to share them. All right, group 2. Well, that was very interesting reading. I'm excited for you. This seems like a really great, maybe intense time of your life, but one that you will probably never forget because it's leading you somewhere, right? So just enjoy the journey. Remember to be yourself. Don't lose yourself. Enjoy your life. Remember to live. And I can't wait to hear where this is all going for you. So drop a comment down below if you want to let me know, or reach back, at me some other time and let me know how it went. I would love that. And in the meantime, I just want to thank you for being here, for watching, for liking and subscribing. And I will see you next time, y'all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. Okay, we are going to take a look at what you have to look forward to in the next 6 months. So let's start with your initial card. Your card is the Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, give me just a second. I want to see what Spirit is going to tell us about this card. They're saying moving, very clearly, moving. Moving house. In the next 6 months, you're going to live somewhere differently than you are now. So if that sounds completely off the wall for you, this might not be your reading. Or maybe it is, and maybe there's some surprises in store for you. So it's up to you if you want to continue. But for those of you who think that, recognize that possibility, what else can you tell us, Spirit? Saying it's not going to be a one and done, meaning over the next 6 months you may move to a couple different places, or where you move to in 6 months might not be permanent. You'll be moving again. They're saying if it's the other possibility for some of you is long-term travel. So your home may be, you may still move in 6 months, within 6 months, or you might not, but you may be doing some long-term travel, meaning not a few days, not a week, long-term travel from place to place, where you're discovering different possibilities, different places. Okay. All right, so I hope that helps you at least know if it sounds like you're in the right reading. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what else Spirit can tell us about your next 6 months and what you have to look forward to. Hopefully moving is something you want, because this is a positive reading. This is not like all the bad stuff that's going to happen to you. This is good. This is what Spirit wants you to get excited about and really look forward to. All right, we have the Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands reversed, Nine of Pentacles reversed, and Ace of Cups. Let's get one more as the advice card from Spirit. And the advice is justice. Okay. And I've got more cards that we'll pull after, and I've got a final message card for you, but let me first take these cards in and get some initial messages from Spirit for you, and we'll talk about what's here. Give me just a second, y'all. They're saying there's a message here about being on your feet. Movement, this movement, right? Literal movement, moving house, long-term travel, checking out different places. It could be you're checking out different cities, maybe even different countries. But something about this is keeping you on your feet, keeping you moving literally, but also keeping your energy in motion. And it has you feeling very buoyant. Like moving is never easy, okay? I know. But there's something about this that has you feeling very light and buoyant, and it's like excited. This is a very excited energy. What else did you want to say, Spirit? They're saying this move or moves, location-wise, time-wise, in some way is going to come to you when you need it to. So you may not know where you're going or when at this point, or maybe you know when, but you don't know where, or there's still some questions here. Spirit's saying you're going to be led. And it's going to be an interesting journey, they said. So be prepared. Be prepared for an adventure is what they're giving me. You're going places. Their words, not mine. I'm not usually quite so corny. Just kidding. Okay. All right, let's talk about the cards. So your first card is the Queen of Pentacles. This is where you are now, basically. Spirit's saying you're comfortable. The feeling is that you're comfortable financially. You may be comfortable in wherever you are living right now. There's something about where you are right now that, well, if it's your home, it feels comfortable. You're not, it's not somewhere that you're itching to leave necessarily. It feels good where you are. But it also feels like you have the resources to make a change. And that's going to happen, yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're saying even though you're very comfortable right now, you're also going to want it to happen. It feels like there's something about you, so take this as it resonates, but something about you enjoys maybe moving around, or like I said earlier, long-term travel, trying different cities out, seeing what the people are like, seeing what the environment, the atmosphere, the weather is like. Okay, all right. Then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're saying, Spirit's saying you're not in a hurry. You're not trying to jump around from place to place, like without reason. There's something about this that is, and again, I'm going back to the fact that they're saying they're going to lead you where you need to go, that you're not in a hurry necessarily to make it happen. There is like an excitement, you know. The Knight of Wands is excited, loves the adventure, gets kind of a thrill out of that, but there's something about it that still feels calm. Like you may not know where you're going next, or possibly when you're going next, but you know it's going to be great. And you're just sort of waiting to like discover where that is. Okay. All right, then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'm sorry, say that again. You're saying this Nine of Pentacles in reverse is about your lifestyle. absolutely, you're going to be trying on different lifestyles. You're going to be living in different ways. Okay, what does that mean? They're saying you're going to be pulled out of your comfort zone. The Nine of Pentacles is very independent, but very comfortable, very accomplished. In reverse, they're saying, yes, you're going to be spending some money, and that won't always be comfortable for you. So there may be times when you are spending more than you want to, or maybe you're watching your bank account deplete. They're saying it's nothing to worry about. It's just this, the way, it's just human nature. But this is more about your lifestyle over the next 6 months, or as you are working toward this move, depending on when the move happens. They're saying it's going to become less about you and more about the environment. So it doesn't, so for example, it won't be because your job is moving you to a new city. It won't be because, I want to get this right, y'all. Hold on one sec. Yeah, it's more about you being free. It's about you being free of what you think you need to have around you. The things, the specifics. Maybe you say, oh no, I have to be somewhere where it's warm year round, or I have to be somewhere where there's change of seasons, or I have to be near mountains, or I have to be near the sea, or whatever. The have-tos are going to start to fade away. And it's going to become more about where, although where does have things like mountains and water and that kind of thing. But they're saying it's different than that. It's like you're picking a place that's based on the energy of it, which is unique. And you may be visiting different places to decide where you want to live. Like I said, doing some travel, some long-term travel, taste testing, you know what I mean? Like trying some places out. Or you may have multiple moves. But it's like you're not deciding on paper or online where you want to live. You're going there and you're giving the energy a chance and see if it feels right. Do the people there feel right? Is the overall community, the sense of community, is that there? It's less about I need 3 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms and a 2-car garage, or whatever you think you have to have. It's more about, does my soul feel happy here? Which is interesting. It's definitely not how most people choose where they're going to live. So you're in a unique situation. Okay. And then we have Ace of Cups. They're saying you're going to find it. You're going to find a space, a place, a city, a town, a community that makes you feel like you have found home. It's beautiful. They're saying you may move again after this. But you will find a place that makes you very happy within the 6 months. If you do move away, there is a possibility you may end up coming back and stay longer. Okay. All right, let's get some more cards. Let's get a little more detail here. Let's get a little more information about what you have to look forward to. I'm guessing this is a unique group here, y'all, who are still watching, because certainly this is a different kind of situation for people who, although, you know, there's a lot of people who are working from home now, and you really can, more and more people than ever can just go visit places and say, you know what, I'm gonna live here. This is where I wanna work. So I guess maybe it's not as unique as I was initially thinking. All right, we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we have Four of Swords reversed. Seven of Cups reversed. And Four of Pentacles. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful. Because your initial card was Four of Pentacles in reverse, right? That's movement, that's change, it's a little bit of instability. You're gonna find it. All right, let's get one more for the advice. And we have Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay. So where you are right now, your Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles reverse. You're feeling comfortable. You have probably some money in the bank. You're feeling good. But there's also this sense of feeling a little bit stuck. Like, yeah, it's nice here, but what else, right? What else is out there? The Knight of Pentacles upright moves slowly, but still moves forward. In reverse, there's like no movement. And right now, that's probably how you're feeling. Like, okay, I'm ready. Let's get this show on the road, right? Let's go find a place. You're not going to be in a giant hurry to like jump around and pick a place. With the Knight of Wands in reverse, you're excited about it. It's an adventure. It's an opportunity. But you're not in a rush. You are just, right now, you are recognizing like, okay, I'm ready for something else, right? So with the Knight of Wands reversed and the Four of Swords reversed, there's like this, I'm ready to get moving, but I'm not going to rush it. It's like you don't want to make a wrong decision, but you also don't want to wait too long. So there's this juggling of energy here. Okay. Anything else you want to say about that, Spirit? Okay. All right. So then we have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Cups reversed. You're going to have a lot of options, right? But you're going to start making some choices, or making a choice as you get, as you move along. They're saying you're going to start making different choices. So the kind of choice you would make today won't be the same choice you're going to make later. for the same reason I said before, you're going to be basing it more on lifestyle, on how your life, your whole life will look and feel when you're there, rather than about square footage, right? Being on a cul-de-sac, whatever, being in a, I don't know, whatever it is that you think, you may be thinking, I have to live in a place like this, that has these amenities, that is whatever. Your ideas are going to change. Your priorities are going to change. And you're going to start making some decisions that are absolutely going to lead you to your happy place, which is where we end up here with the Ace of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. You're going to find a place that you love. And this is less about the home, the actual property, more about the location, the energy of a place, the atmosphere, the the activities that you would be involved in, the way people talk to you there, the way you connect with people there. We all have places that we just connect with more than others. And you're going to find yours. You're going to find yours. It's going to make you really happy. Anything else you want to say about this? They're saying this is going to be a place where you can settle in a little. You may not. Anyway, you still may decide to keep trying different places out, depending on where you are on your journey. But within 6 months, you are going to find a place that makes you feel really good. And regardless, like I said, you may keep looking, you may keep trying other places, but there's a chance you may come back to this location. Even if you don't, what you experience here, when you realize what it feels like to genuinely be so happy in a place, you will have set a new bar for future homes, right? You won't let other things get in the way of where you live outside of a place bringing you joy and stability and comfort and a lifestyle that brings you back to yourself, they're saying. So keep that in mind. All right. Okay, so let's talk about the advice. We have the Justice card and the Eight of Wands reversed. They're saying be balanced in your decision making. Weigh all the options. Consider the good and the bad. Consider things and places and homes that you might not, right? Very much keep your options open and try to have a fair and open mind when it comes to deciding where to go. And when you get to a place, and it may be several places, be objective about what you like and don't like, how you feel, what is good for you there, and what is maybe not as good for you there. Okay. And then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. They're saying don't be in a hurry. They're saying we'll get you there. They're saying we'll get you there. We need to be able to move things around and get you into a place where you can arrive where you need to be when you need to be there. So don't try to rush it. Don't try to control it. Don't get too eager to make a decision. You'll know when you get there that it's the place, but if there are several places before you get there, and that's possible, even those stepping stones, they're saying be patient. Allow us to bring it to you. Allow it to come to you. When it comes to you, you'll know. And it may feel uncomfortable, right? It may have you feeling a little anxious, especially if you have to be out of a place at a certain date, if you don't know where you're going next. But they're saying, we've got you. You don't have to worry about it. Nothing to be anxious about. You're not going to miss a beat. We just have to work our magic back in the background while you live your life. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say about that, Spirit, before we get to the final card? Okay. All right. One last angel card for you. And it says, precious gift. Friendship, family, and love are precious gifts. Do not lose sight of what is most important. They're saying where you're going, there is going to be a family waiting for you there. It may not be your family, right? In literal sense. It may be, but it may not be your family. But it's what they're showing me is like a community of people, a family of friends, a family that has you feeling like you are home. Even if it's not like your actual family, if that makes sense. And again, the reminder not to lose sight of what is most important. Find your happy place, right? With their help, but stay objective. Don't be in a hurry. All right, y'all, that's all I've got for you, but what an exciting journey you have. Feel free to drop me a comment down below if you want to tell me, where you think you're going next, or, what this looks like for you, because it seems very, very interesting and kind of unique, but probably not as unique as, again, like I was thinking. But I'm excited for you, so have fun with it, enjoy it. It's an adventure, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you found it helpful, and of course, I'll see you next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.